Hey guys, what's up? I'm CJ and welcome back to my galaxy and welcome back to the film club series that I do on this channel where I watch a film and you guys watch the film and we discuss it in this video and in the comments section. So basically it's like a regular book club but for films. This week we're watching Gravity Falls season 1. Now there's 2 seasons to Gravity Falls. I used to watch Gravity Falls as a kid, but I never actually watched the entirety of season 2 because my parents, we watched it on Disney Channel, I think, on Foxtel, and my parents cancelled Foxtel at the same time that they were airing season 2. So I've never actually thought that now that with Disney Plus I can just watch Gravity Falls. So I'm gonna watch Gravity Falls. I'm just gonna watch the first season, and then for like another film club in the future I'm probably gonna watch season 2, which I think would be more of like watching for the first time. Season 1 I've watched, I don't know if I've watched all of the episodes, but I've watched at least the majority of them. So this is going to be quite interesting to look back and see like all the clues. I was not like the problem solver of the group. My sister was the dipper. I was honestly a little bit more of the Mabel side of this. And I'm not very good at problem solving and puzzle solving problems. And I mean, I'm not that bad at problem solving. Puzzle solving is what I'm really bad at. It's so difficult to figure out like the little tidbits that Gravity Falls like left us. And then my sister used to watch like YouTube videos of people trying to debunk what was going on, and she'd come up with like in like the credit scenes and when they were showing like different like things, there were like little letters and what they were called, codes or something, I don't remember, but she would come up and be like, this is what it's saying, this is what people are saying on YouTube, and I'd be like, let's just watch the show, you know. I don't think there's any clues about it. I don't think anything's going on because I wasn't paying attention. I just loved watching Gravity Falls. See, this is why I'm like the Mabel and my sister's like the Dipper, because I just was enjoying a fun little mystery show and I was not paying attention to everything and the puzzles that needed solving. But there's a bunch of episodes to get through, and usually the day I'm filming this on is usually the day I upload my film club videos, which is like on Sundays. But I think this is going to come out later, this video, like on the Monday, because I have an assignment to do at the same time, and there's a bunch of episodes in this season, so a lot more than they release now. They release like 10 episodes max in seasons, but this one has like over 20 episodes, I think. So this video is definitely going up a little later, so when you guys are seeing this, I'm sorry for uploading it later, but hopefully it's a good video nonetheless. But without further ado, let's get into watching Gravity Falls season 1. 2012, that's like crazy how old it is now.
Summer break.
So do you want cheese on that, hon?
Sure, hi.
A time for leisure, recreation, and taking her easy. Unless you're me.
Oh, journal number 3. Episode 1, check-in, and one thing I did notice that I don't think is in the rest of the series is Dipper's narration. It's in the first episode, and I think the same kind of narration is in the shorts that they did, or like the little short mini episodes where they like do like little mysteries in Gravity Falls. So I just found it weird because I don't think there's, or at least there's not as much narration in the other episodes. I might be wrong, you know, as I watch it, I'll come back on this video and be like, yeah, no, it definitely changed. But I'll let you guys know in the future. If you guys are massive Gravity Falls fans and you're already getting really frustrated at me, I'm sorry if I'm wrong. And one other thing I noticed, when I was watching Gravity Falls on Disney Channel when I was like real little, I did not realize, well, I watched it out of chronological order because I was watching like reruns or like, yeah, I don't think I watched them as soon as they came out. I think I probably missed like the new episodes, so I was watching reruns whenever I was able to watch Disney Channel. So I didn't realize how early on we knew that there was something in the basement of the Mystery Shack and that Stan was hiding something. I thought that was like later on in the season, or even in season 2 when we figured out that he was doing something sketchy. Like, I know we always knew that there was something up with Stan, but I didn't realize in episode 1 it was like revealed essentially what was going on. Well, it wasn't really revealed, but it was a massive clue right from episode 1. Okay, let's go on to episode 2 now. Oh, look, it says Stano War. I know everyone's probably realized that, but, you know, I'm rewatching it now. That's so sad. Stano War, and he's been ditched. Mabel and Dib are awful nieces, an awful niece and nephew. Stano War. Oh my, I'm gonna cry. I just finished episode 2, and Old Man McGucket, I think that's his name, we knew he was smart the entire time. I can't remember if people back in the day like said that he wasn't and denied the fact that he was smart and he was just this crazy old man, but yeah, he wasn't. So I don't know, I guess people just overlooked the fact that he was smart because he was so crazy. He built this Loch Ness monster thing, but for Gravity Falls, like the Gravity Falls version, and he built all these machines. So obviously he's been smart and mechanical this entire time. That's my cat's tail you just saw, and she's just walking around me. I'll show you her in a second, but like Old Man McGucket, he's smart still. He's not completely crazy. He just like wiped his memory. Like he just wiped his memory a few too many times. There's my cat. She's walking around. Willow, don't do that. I know this is something that people have talked a lot on previously and that I've seen a lot during the Gravity Falls resurgence, but I just find it so sad that he probably like saw Ford in the wax figure and he's so upset about it that he finally had like something of his twin back and it's gone immediately. Episode 3, which is I think called Headhunters, where all the wax figures come to life, is the episode that I remember the most. I don't know if that was maybe the one that had the most reruns, but for some reason that's the one that I remember like the entire plot to and remember watching heaps. And it wasn't even because like I was trying to rewatch that one in particular. It was just that that's what ended up happening. I'm not the only one who has always found this relationship to be extremely bizarre or creepy. Kind of, it's a really odd choice and I don't like it. Episode 4 and the first appearance of journal number 2. Ooh, how scary. Where did Gideon get that from? I actually don't remember how Gideon got that journal. Maybe I didn't watch that episode, but it's from somewhere. I know like the ending of Gravity Falls, but I don't remember everything. I haven't watched everything, so there are gaps in my knowledge. Oh, I forgot to mention at the beginning of the episode as well, people are referring to Weirdmageddon, which is not what we're going to be watching this episode. It comes up in this video, it comes up in season 2. I know that much. Weirdmageddon is some sort of apocalypse thing that's brought on by like Bill Cipher or something. No clue what that is. I've never actually watched the episode of Weirdmageddon. So every time the Gravity Falls fandom is talking about it, I'm like, what is that? I didn't realize I missed that much from season 2, but turns out I definitely did. But yeah, episode 4 is kind of weird with the age gap. Isn't Gideon like 8 or something and Mabel's like 12? And it's just, I know it's not like super serious, but it's just like a little bit weird. It should have been a bit more like Dipper and Wendy sort of vibes from what I think personally. He's like 8, isn't he? Maybe he's like 10. He's younger than Mabel. That's as much as I know. But anyway, let's go and watch episode 5. Episode 5 of Gravity Falls, and honestly, I think it's so cute how Wendy treats Dipper. She's so aware. She knew Dipper and Mabel were 12. She was just like going along with it because she knows what it's like to be 12. And I think it's really cute, her little relationship with Dipper, like platonic relationship, like not romantic, but I just think it's really adorable. Episode 6 thoughts, and honestly I ship these two. They're so cute. I love it. And isn't that like, what is her name? Jennifer Coolidge? Is that her name? Isn't that who voices this character? Like Lazy Susan? I feel like it is. It's so random. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Ready? Employee of the month is Soos. I mean, he is one of 2 employees, but I would have expected it to be Grunklestan, just making himself the employee of the month. But look, oh, I bet Soos did make it himself. But it's adorable. I love that he's the employee of the month. The first appearance of Grenda and Candy. I think I heard their names right. I honestly always forget their names. But look at them. Oh, Mabel making friends during the summer. This is the best part of Mabel's relationships. You know, not her summer flings, these two. She's got her girls, and that's great. Episode 7 thus far has a lot of important characters coming up. Pacifica, also in this episode. Her introduction and how much of an annoying human being she is. She gets better, kind of, a little bit. I kind of ship her with Dipper. Oh no! Is that gonna melt him?
Oh boy, don't look now.
Oh.
It's okay, dude.
Tyrone.
I had a good run.
I thought this episode, like, discovering the Northwest, what is it, Pacifica Northwest and her family? I thought that was a lot later in the season, but we're on episode 8 of 20. And then there's, like, what, 20 episodes in the second season? So this is, like, really early on. I don't know what I was thinking, but I just didn't know it was so early. Oh, who's that? It's Waddles. We love Waddles. Why is he so threatened by a 12-year-old? Calm down. Wendy is clearly in the know-how. And he's just, this guy is so weird. Wendy, I hope she breaks up with him at some point after Gravity Falls this whole summer. Episode 11, Little Dipper. And I don't think I've watched this episode before. So this is going to be interesting. I'm learning something new from Gravity Falls today. Yeah, no, I was right. I do not remember an episode where Gideon shrinks Mabel and Dipper. I have absolutely no recollection of this episode whatsoever. Episode 12, and we are still in June for some reason. Who the hell is this? I also don't think I've watched episode 12. I've never seen Summerween before. I also have not seen episode 13. Look at how shocked Soos is, and so is Wendy, because of how mad Mabel is. This is very entertaining to watch because I've never seen Mabel actually angry, because I haven't watched this episode before. Okay, so there are a few more episodes than I thought that I have not, like, watched. Episode 13, Bottomless Pit. I knew they, like, fell into a bottomless pit at some point, but I didn't realize I hadn't actually watched the whole episode. It was absolutely hilarious, this one. I love the little stories, and the fact that Mabel's story was true, even though we were led to believe that it wasn't. Thoroughly enjoyed that part. Mabel, girl, no, what are you doing? Yes, this is an episode I've actually watched before, but no! Mabel, stop it! Stop, her boy obsession is crazy. Someone let this poor boy out. Oh no!
Uncle Stan, what is this place? I don't know. Just another room I gotta clean up now.
Stan immediately changed his mood the moment they opened that door. They were immediately like, he just wasn't into it. Too many memories, and he mocked the carpet as well. He's already mocking his brother, his technically dead brother. Is that him legitimately stocking for the apocalypse, like Weird Mageddon? Like, is that him preparing for bringing his brother back? What is his name? Ford. I forgot his name for a minute. Is that like low-key a clue, or am I crazy? I just blow dried my hair, so it's like sitting a bit up. It's not that short. I didn't cut it crooked, I swear. But I finished watching episode 18, and honestly, it's gonna be one of my favorite episodes from season 1 because Grunkle Stan looking after Waddles. I love it. It's so cute. I love it. I love the Mabel and Stan relationship. It's so cute. And Dipper, honestly, every time he's in the background of the two of them arguing, he looks very concerned because he knows, like, Mabel isn't really like that. Mabel, from what I can tell, is a fairly forgiving character. So Dipper, seeing that she's so mad at, like, Stan, he's like, Mabel's really mad. That's really sad, and it's so cute. Honestly, the way that they care about each other and seeing, like, that family dynamic, I absolutely love it. I can't get over how good that episode is. And also, like, who doesn't love Waddles as a character? Nobody. We absolutely love Waddles. Oh, first appearance of Bill Cipher. That's not good.
Oh, Gravity Falls, it is good to be back. Name's Bill Cipher. And I take it you're some kind of living ventriloquist dummy?
Aw,
I'm just kidding.
poor
I know
Gideon.
who you are, Gideon.
My god, that is such a pretty little to be continued sign. I love it. It's like a little nature walk into the next episode.
Come up with this stuff. Mind
Oh.
if I borrow this? Wait, no! Uncle Stan! Magic book. Ridiculous. Stan, I need it!
Dipper, you don't need that book.
Oh, Dipper and Mabel is framed.
For all these years. Finally, we have them all.
Oh.
It's working. Here we go.
So watching Gravity Falls season 1 took quite a bit longer than I anticipated. I thought I'd be able to get it done in like 2 days, but alas, no. It took me about a week to get through, and now I'm uploading this a week late. So, sorry guys. My bad. I just didn't expect it. Anyway, let's talk about my thoughts on season 1 and all the characters and what it all means. I know of the ending, like from season 2. There was a lot of episodes that I was just like, wow, I didn't realize I'd never watched them before. I've watched a little bit of season 2, a little bit of season 1. I would say I'll probably watch more of season 1 than I have of season 2. I've never properly seen the finale of Gravity Falls, which I'm excited to eventually watch. I don't think I'm going to add the whole thing to a film club. It's just going to be an extra video that I'm going to be doing like throughout the weeks and like the coming weeks, maybe like throughout October sometime. Once you guys, you know, if you guys want me to watch season 2, if you like this video, then I'll watch it. So I won't have you guys like vote on it or anything, but I will I'll just watch it and I'll let you guys know when I'm watching it and uploading the video. So I do know of the existence of Ford, and I knew Stan had the other journal, like the first journal, and I knew Gideon had one of them, but I'd forgotten that Gideon had one of them. And I know like a lot of information. I've definitely heard things over the years since the finale came out, and people, like the whole fandom was like going crazy about it. I know my sister used to watch videos on YouTube. I think I said at the beginning of this video that she used to watch videos on YouTube and then come up, and when we were watching on Disney Channel, she'd come up to me and be like, this is what this all means, and I'm like, okay, Dipper, calm down. Overall, I absolutely loved Gravity Falls. I think it's just so adorable. It's a wholesome little mystery series for kids, and I absolutely love that. I loved it as a kid when I was like their age, like the age of Mabel and Dipper. And it was just, I think I was Mabel and Dipper's age when the second season came out. Out of all the characters, I feel like I'm most like Soos, and I think I might be the same age as Soos. I think he was something like 22 and I'm 21 at the moment, so he was like in his like early 20s at the time of the series. So that's kind of crazy that I was Mabel and Dipper's age when season 2 came out, and now I'm Zeus's age. That's insane to me. So let's go through some of the minor characters. Not like, I would consider it to be kind of an ensemble cast in a way. I know that Mabel and Dipper are kind of essentially the main characters, but no, I think the ensemble cast is the people in the like poster slash, yeah, no, I think it'd be the poster. You know that photo that they show all the time with Grunkle Stan, Soos, Wendy, Mabel and Dipper? That's like the ensemble cast I'm referring, and then there are minor characters with the people who live in Gravity Falls. I think 2 of the characters that most stand out to me that I know a lot of people mention that I find absolutely hilarious are the 2 cops, and how they're very obviously 2 gay-coded characters, that they're definitely in a relationship because they're always saying like sweet things to each other, and it's so nice and cute, and they love each other, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, they're married. I love them. We love a good gay couple in any kids cartoon, and we love the representation. And what other minor characters? I guess, what is his name? People call him Old Man McGucket, right? But his name is Fiddleford, something like that. Anyway, the old guy that turns out to be like friends with Stanford, but people headcanon them as like a gay couple back before Stanford went missing, and Old Man McGucket went crazy because he erased his memory. See, that's an episode I have watched. I do know that one. I remember when I watched that episode, we're not really talking about season 2, but when I watched that episode, I was so shocked. That was insane for me to find out. Anyway, Old Man McGucket, I feel like what I wanted to say and what I really wanted to point out was I think it's really obvious that he had something to do with Gravity Falls and all the mysteries going on. I just think he's so odd, but in the way that it feels purposeful. And I don't know if it's because it's hindsight that I know what happens with him. And I don't know if I was not on the Gravity Falls side of the internet or the side of YouTube at the time that they were being released. But the episodes that I guess maybe people were talking about, it just, every time he makes an appearance, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. If I'd watched it now, I could have seen it coming. I wouldn't be as surprised, but I was like a kid, and it is a kid's show, so kids maybe don't work things out as well. Sometimes they do. You know, Mabel and Dipper, they definitely work things out, but sometimes you need hindsight and life lessons to figure that stuff out. One thing I want to point out about Old Man McGucket, he ate his way through a baby pterodactyl. In one of the last episodes, I think it was like episode 18 that I was talking about early in the video, when Stanley, Grunkle Stan, was protecting Waddles because he was not protecting Waddles earlier in the episode and made Mabel upset. That episode, Old Man McGucket ate his way through a baby pterodactyl because he was eaten by the pterodactyl. It's like in the end credit scene where he's like, I ate my way to safety or something. He says something along those lines. That is probably the most disturbing thing I've seen in that entire series. That is not good. I hope he didn't actually do that. I hope that was just him being crazy. That's kind of, oh my gosh, that's weird. I'm surprised also that Bill Cipher only makes maybe one major appearance. We see the page in the introduction. We obviously see the page of the journal entry about Bill Cipher, but he makes one major appearance in season 1. I thought he made more appearances. More appearances. I thought I said that wrong. More appearances than that. But it's just in the season finale that we actually get to see him and see what he's about. So yeah, I don't know. The main villain is Gideon, which I don't imagine just not having season 2 and only having season 1 and only really seeing Gideon as the villain. That's crazy to me that you wouldn't even know the entire time that Bill Cipher is the ultimate villain of the whole series. My gosh. Let me know if you remember what it was like just having season 1, not season 2 back in the day. Is it crazy to look back and go, wow, Gideon was the villain of the whole series for a while? That's insane. Let me know if you guys remember that. There are also definitely areas where I'm watching Stan act and I'm like, okay, there's something going on there. There's something weird. The mysteries of Gravity Falls, he has something to do with that. He's a little bit too, I guess the word would be nonchalant. I think that's the correct use of it. Nonchalant. He doesn't care. And the way he has the mystery shack of all these weird mysteries, knowing fully well that there are actual mysteries in Gravity Falls, he actively ignores them because he already knows about it and what's going on and why it's happening. I guess he kind of knows why it's happening, but yeah, you can tell. And I think that's one of the things that people really could tell at the time. And it's one of the things people were definitely pointing out. From my recollection, people could tell there was something up with Stan. I could tell there was something up with Stan at the time when I was little, but it wasn't something I quite cared about figuring out. I just went along with it, that's why I'm like, yeah, I'm Zeus. I just go along with it. Maybe I make some stupid mistakes along the way, but at least I'm entertaining for the group. I absolutely love the sibling/twin dynamic that Mabel and Dipper have. I absolutely love their dynamic, and that's why I was like, well, they're kind of the main characters because they obviously get the most screen time out of everyone, even though it's kind of an ensemble cast, but also the main characters are also kind of Mabel and Dipper. But their dynamic is absolutely adorable. It's a really good way to use the trope where they complement each other's personalities, that one sibling is better at this thing than the other, and that other sibling is better at this thing than the other, you know, like left brain versus right side of the brain, which is exactly what Mabel and Dipper are, and that they help each other when they come together as a team. A lot of the time that trope can be overdone and not done very well, but I think that Gravity Falls does it really well with Mabel and Dipper. Something I did notice, and there was an episode about it that I actually had never, I mentioned earlier in the video that I'd never watched the episode before. Every time I watch Gravity Falls, I'm like, they're about 12 and girls hit puberty before boys. So technically speaking, Mabel should be taller than Dipper by now, actually like substantially taller than him. Maybe not like by heaps, but like it should be noticeable. So that's just like my one criticism, that whilst there is an episode that addresses that Mabel's growing a bit taller than Dipper before he'll have his like growth spurt and ultimately probably be taller than Mabel, depending on their genetics. I don't know their family genetics, who knows, maybe he won't be, maybe they'll be the same height, because like it's a kid's cartoon and they're twins, so you gotta like show that. But at this stage you should be able to tell that Mabel is taller than Dipper. But it's fair that they didn't do that, because once again, like I said, it's a kid's cartoon, so you need to be able to accurately represent two kids that they're twins, so you gotta make them the same height, even if like technically Mabel will be taller, but you know, you have to make sacrifices for kids' cartoons. I love Soos and Wendy as like some good comedic relief. I did notice that Soos is on screen a lot more than Wendy, which does make a lot of sense because Soos sees like Stan as a father figure. So that means he's hanging around a lot. He has this emotional attachment to the Mystery Shack and Stan, and obviously growing a relationship with Mabel and Dipper. He's like really wanting to know Mabel and Dipper because they're Stan's like great niece and nephew. Wendy isn't around as much and she's a teenager, so like I understand that, but it does definitely mean that we know Wendy a little bit less than Soos. But I think the show also fills in the gaps for that, because Soos acts as more of a comedic relief, whereas Wendy acts as like a plot motivator, because we know that Dipper is in love with Wendy, like he's this 12-year-old boy who's in love with this older woman, and then Wendy's like, no, she's aware of it, it's obvious she's aware of it, but she's like, no, you're way too young for me. So Dipper acts really, he gets himself into weird things that happen in the episode because he's trying to make Wendy notice him. So she acts in that way a motivator for the character, or characters plural, because if Dipper's getting into some weird shenanigans, then Mabel's gonna get dragged along, especially in the episode where Mabel finds Waddles. Waddles also brilliant character, one of my favorite, like also kind of a comedic relief in the same way Soos is. But I love that Mabel found her soulmate in a pig. I absolutely love that. Anyway, we got distracted. Wendy, more of like a motivation for the plot. Soos, more of comedic relief. So we do know Wendy a bit more, but at the same time, we know Soos a lot more because he's on screen more. Like, sometimes we know more about Soos, sometimes we know more about Wendy, and that kind of like balances it out depending on the episode. I know I contradicted myself a little bit there, but hopefully you guys understand what I mean. Like, we do know more about the other, but not always, and then sometimes it's the same, and it's a balance. So hopefully you guys understand that. You should. You guys get me. There are a lot more characters that have definitely made appearances in Gravity Falls as well in season 1 that make far more appearances in season 2 that I think are really good for the character development and plot development, specifically like what's her name, Pacifica Northwest, which is a really hilarious name. But anyway, Pacifica definitely has some good character development. At the moment we just hate her because Mabel, she's really mean to Mabel, and she's just really stuck up. And yeah, we have a lot of character development when she gets to know Dipper a little bit and forms kind of like an uneasy friendship with Dipper. Mabel's friends that I don't remember, I think it's Grenda and Candy. I think I said it properly earlier, but I've already forgotten. I'm so sorry. But Mabel's friends, I love that she made friends over the summer that became her best friends almost immediately. I think that really showcases a lot of Mabel's character specifically to us, that it shows how easy she is to love as a character. I'm saying the word character so much, I'm sorry, but their characters. Wendy's boyfriend, I think his name is like Ravi or something, yeah, it'd be like Ravi. He is so annoying, and I can't remember if he gets back with Wendy. I feel like he does get back with Wendy. I just don't remember them breaking up, but they did break up in season 1. But he's also around a lot in season 2 from my recollection. I think he's in what people refer to Weirdmageddon as, because I have seen clips of that, and he's in that like circle. He represents one of the placements in the circle in the town. I'm pretty sure that he's one of them. And yeah, so he's around as a character, and he's so annoying. He's just like, Wendy, you deserve better, girl. Come on. Overall, I really feel like season 1, whilst it is very good as a standalone, it is definitely setting up, in hindsight with season 2, it is setting up basically what's going to happen in season 2, which is essentially what season 1s normally do. It's just that a lot of what is happening in season 1, we don't understand the whole story because they knew there was going to be a season 2. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I just think that there's a lot of unanswered questions that I'm really glad that the questions do get answered. I just think season 1 is like a base, and then there's season 2 that completes the whole thing, and it can stand alone for a little bit but not forever. So season 1 definitely needed an extra season to it eventually, just so we weren't left hanging and just had some little stories about the mystery shack. No, we definitely needed more answers than that. Season 1 was really good though. I really enjoyed watching it. Like I did say earlier that I absolutely love season 1, and I can't wait to watch season 2 eventually it'll be in the next couple of weeks. I'll let you know on my community tab. Gravity Falls definitely is like a 10 out of 10 series. Would watch again, would watch 100 times. Now that I have access to it on Disney Plus, I definitely will be watching it again. Now for our next film club announcement, and basically what we're going to be watching for our next film. Now that it's October, I'm going to be getting into some more spooky Halloween sort of movies, and I put a list up on my community tab where you guys get to vote on 3 different options of what you actually want to watch for the film in film club, and what you guys chose this time was Hocus Pocus. I have watched Hocus Pocus maybe once before, and there's 2 movies. We're watching the first one. There was a remake a year or 2 ago, and that one was really good, and I'll probably end up watching that one as well, but it won't be for the next film club. We're just watching the first Hocus Pocus, the original Hocus Pocus movie. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that film as well, and hopefully you enjoyed Gravity Falls. Please let me know in the comments down below, which character do you think you're most like? Like I've said I'm most like Soos. So I want to know what you guys are like. Do you question everything like Dipper? Do you like problem solving like him? Are you more of a creative, really out of the box thinker like Mabel? Are you a bit of a moody teenager who dates like people who are really bad for them like Wendy? No, Wendy is a lot better than that. She's like a moody teenager. she's very tough as a character, and that is like one of her major qualities, but she's a teenager, but as she grows older, I assume she gets very tough like the rest of her family, and you know, she's great as a character. But let me know, are you a moody teenager like Wendy? Are you like Grunkle Stan? Are you like Ford? You know, we haven't met him in season 1 yet, but are you like him in season 2? Are you like Old Man McGucket? Who knows? Let me know in the comments down below, which character from Gravity Falls are you most like? But anyways guys, that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. It really helps out my channel. Once again guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, but I've been CJ, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!